Hey guys, it's RJ the Awesome here, bringing us our Week 3 weekly recap video of the PMC. And if I rush through everything, that's because it's late at night, and I it took me forever getting the information. Um, and this is like my third or fourth time recording, and I'm tired, and I just really want to get this done. So I may rush through. I may rush through some stuff, but I'll try to get the like big parts of every match. But let's go ahead and get started. Games of the Kansas City Kingers versus Yuma of the Chicago Cub Shoes, and this match was pretty close. I'd say the deciding point in the match was an unfortunate crit. Um, we saw a All right. So first off, we have Dowblade, who honestly I think Kingdra set up a little early. Like I don't think he should have hit Sword Stance there because there's some things that can still handle a Dowblade rather easily. So I don't think he should have started setting up there until later. Because if he would have saved his Sword Stancing Dowblade for later and then set up later, it may have wreaked havoc. But unfortunately, that's not the way it happened. So he sets up a Sword Stance, and Yuma goes out into Guard Chomp. He then attacks with a Iron Head, and even though it has that Sword Stance up, Iron Head does nothing to Garchomp pretty much. And then Yuma's in a pretty big predicament. We see that he predicts the Earthquake and goes into Tornadus T instead of predicting the obvious Dragon Tail because the switch was super obvious. But even if he would have stayed in, that would have meant that he would have had to attack or set up another Sword Stance, which would have weakened down his Dowblade more because of the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin. But he goes into Tornadus T, takes a lot of damage from Dragon Tail, goes out into Mega Venusaur, and is looking fine until Garchomp gets the crit on Mega Venusaur. This forced Kingdra to go for a Synthesis on the second turn, when he could have just killed the Garchomp with another Giga Drain, and Garchomp does a lot more in later on in the battle. For example, Dowblade with little health because it took a Shadow Ball from the Reuniclus goes for the Shadow Ball, and in comes Garchomp, and Dowblade goes down because of Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin. Had that not have happened, something was going to take a massive amount of damage from a Shadow Claw. And then Garchomp even lives that, so unfortunately. And then we see Mega Venusaur, and he goes for the Giga Drain, and he switches back out into Garchomp, who he sacks off. So had Garchomp not been around for as long as he was, it would have been different. Something would have taken a lot of damage from Dowblade, and something would have taken some good damage from Mega Venusaur. But honestly, Kingdra still had a chance there, but I think he really lost his chance when it was Mega Venusaur versus Reuniclus. Kingdra predicting Yuma to overpredict stays in and goes for the Sludge Bomb. However, looking at the rest of his Mons, Yuma really had no other reason he had no reason to not click Psychic. Psychic would have hit everything as like with it being stabbed would have hit everything as hard as Reuniclus could, except for Donphan because he had Energy Ball, but Donphan had its 30, so it wouldn't have mattered. So again, he let his Mega Venusaur go down when honestly that was a pretty bad. That was pretty bad. And then he also missed a Blizzard on the Piloswine from the Rotom Frost, which allowed the Piloswine to live, and which ended up taking out both the Rotom Frost and the Tornado, and almost the Tornadus. It could have taken out the Tornadus with Ice Shard, but what I'm thinking of is it breaks the Donphan's 30 with Ice Shard. Infraready, coach of the Pittsburgh Steelix, and Stab or Trev once again this week, coach of the Chicago Sacred Fire. And really, this entire thing was Vivillon and Clefable. Inferetti didn't have much for Clefable, and so Clefable was just walling everything with its disgusting calm mind shenanigans. But once Vivillon got going with the Quiver Dance, Sleep Powder, um, substitute, that's the word I'm looking for, it was pretty much over from that point. The only chance that Trev really had was him missing a Sleep Powder, but with Compound Eyes, it didn't happen. So, just Vivillon really showing how impressive it is. Like, it blew me away. I didn't expect Vivillon to be that good. I thought it was a less than amazing pick for Pittsburgh, but now after seeing it in action, Inferetti has really proven me wrong. Match, no misplays from either person. Like, it was really good. Now on to the next match. We have J-Specs of the Hamden High Dragons versus Twisted Misty of the Misty Drapions. And before I start, I do have to say congrats J-Specs on that amazing nickname for Miltank. A few seconds into the battle, we both said Super Cow Ariscate at the exact same time, and that was amazing. But anyways, right off the bat, we see I believe he starts off. Yes, Miltank and Greninja. I just said that he starts off with Miltank. I don't know why that I had to think about that one. But and Misty sets up the Toxic Spikes, which end up hindering J-Specs the entire match. He doesn't have much, and then he does make, honestly, in my opinion, I think that was a slight misplay. When he switched in Claydol hoping to get a rapid spin, and Claydol just died to a knockoff from the Drapion. So that was a bit unfortunate, which means that Toxic was there to stay, and it really just affected a lot of his team. All except for Altaria before it Mega Evolves, and then Thundurus as well. But Altaria comes in on the Gudra, sets up the Dragon Dance. It looks like it's over. It looks like it's going to be a clean 4-0 victory. Goes for a turn, and it does nothing. It does nothing. And then down goes the Altaria, which I guess that's what happens when you miss Gen. Unfortunately for J-Specs, he was able to take it back with the Mamoswine. Mamoswine really being the MVP of this match, as there was nothing she could really do to take out the Mamoswine. It was a good match. I really enjoyed watching it, and congratulations to J-Specs for taking his very first win. So next up, we have the best match of the week, in my opinion. Definitely the game of the week. It was super close, man. We have Lucky Lad TV of the Dallas Manectrics versus the Verd of the Tampa Bay Frogadiers. And it was close throughout the entire match. Like, no one really lost any potential to win until it came down to what I think decided the match. Kyron Black was into Gorgeist, was in against Gorgeist. Now, Lucky, knowing that this would happen, does have the berry that weakens ice. However, there is still a good chance of the Ice Beam killing. But unfortunately, Kyron Black does get the low roll, and Gorgeist lives and then wreaks havoc on Bird's team, and ends up just weakening it to the point to where he could not make a comeback against the Manectric and the Kyurem. Had the low roll not had happened, it would have been. I wouldn't say that Verd would have won the match because Kyurem was still pretty much. I think it was actually at full health, and so it still would have been like extremely close. It would have been a lot closer, of course. But again, super close match. And congratulations to Lucky for being the only undefeated team left. We have the Jersey Devils against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and hopefully we'll still be recording because for some reason my laptop hates this match and always decides, hey, let's go ahead and mess up the recording here. Like I said, this is my third time recording it, and every time I would make it to this match and it would just stop. So hopefully this is the moment. But this was pretty much the Choice Specs Heatran show. Golurk managed to take out Gardevoir with the Earthquake, and comes Heatran. Choice Specs Dark Pulse destroys Golurk. Out comes the Mega Gardevoir, thinking it can take anything because it's got decent special bulk. Dark Pulse completely annihilates that thing and gets one hit off, but Heatran is still going strong. And then in comes the Escavalier's last hope, the Avalugg, and then there's the Dark Pulse flinch, which is really unfortunate for Phantom Base. But honestly, I know it sounds bad, but I don't think it mattered. I feel like there was already way too much momentum in the Dwebbles side. He just had too much momentum, and I don't think Phantom Base could have came back if the flinch had not happened. But Heatran just wrecked everything. Finally, we have the Colorado Rapidash, coached by V, up against the Sydney Crocodiles, coached by Sharpino. And Weavile pretty much said good day, good day and GG to Sharpino. Because Weavile just wrecked everything. There was one point in the match where predicting the fake out, Sydney goes into Metagross. Nope, knockoff. Down goes Metagross. And with Metagross gone, like it was, it would have been like it just one shotted it. And then Weavile just like once Metagross went down, just like wrecked everything right afterwards, man. As you can see, 4 kills this week. 4 kills. It's amazing. The only other mon that got that this week was Vivillin, and it had to set up, and it took forever to overcome the clef. But nope, Weavile just like I don't care and destroys everything. Um, it was a really close match overall. And Sharpino almost took it back there with the Calm Minding Mega Sableye, but Weavile comes through once again and got the Icicle Clash flinch, which really just the flinch did kind of decide the match because when Weavile, once Weavile would have gone down, all he had was Mega Ampharos, and Mega Ampharos wouldn't have been able to handle Mega Sableye with the amount of Calm Minds it had up. So, it like I said, it was super super close, man, super close. But congratulations to V for winning. I think this is his first match win. Yeah, this is his first win. So congratulations, V. Gonna give you a round of applause. And this was honestly amazing, man, amazing. And the reason why I'm saying that was so amazing for V and good job was even though this is only his first win, Weavile is at the top of the league leaders with 8-2. In second place being over only 4-0. V's really been using Weavile amazingly, and it finally came through for him. And then tied for second place, we have Gengar, the Chicago Sacred Fire, who was first place last week, but not coming this week. Kind like, yep, he dropped down. And a newcomer, this is his very first week, Vivillin of the Pittsburgh Steelix, who just wrecked house once it got it going, man. Once Infrared got Vivillin going, it was over, man. And in fourth place, we have Heatran of the Jersey Dwells, who is 4-1 And yet another Mon that just wrecked shop this week and is new into the league leaders. But tied with Heatran, we have Spiritomb of the Tampa Bay Frogadiers, who did really well this week, being able to kind of psych out Lucky a bit because went for Sucker Punch on Lucky's Jirachi as it went for Stealth Rock, and then Lucky thinking it was safe to switch out because there's no way he's going to carry Sucker Punch and Pursuit. But nope, Spiritomb just completely annihilates that Jirachi with the Pursuit. And at number 6, we have Tyranitar of the Sydney Crocodiles, who really put in work trying to claw that match back for the Crocodiles, but unfortunately it didn't pay off. We have a 5-way tie for number 7 through number 11, all with 3 kills and 0 deaths. Jellicent of the Sydney Crocodiles, Mamoswine of the Hamden High Dragons, Skuntank of the Chicago Cubchews, Suicune of the Dallas Manectrics, and Vileplume of the Pittsburgh Steelix. And look at how everything is looking after this week. In the Magma Conference Red Division, Yuma has taken the lead with two wins, 1 loss, and a +3 differential. Phantom Base is just slightly behind that after this week with 1 win, 2 losses, and a -4 differential. And Kingdra, unfortunately, has yet to make a win yet, but all matches have been really close for him, so I'm pretty sure he's going to come back from this with a -9 differential, but it's still early, and he's still very much in the running for playoffs. But in the Ruby division, we have the Jersey Dwebbles with 2 wins, 1 loss, and a +6 differential. The Pittsburgh Steelix with 2 wins, 1 loss, and a +4 differential. And the Chicago Sacred Fire with 2 wins, 1 loss, and a +0 differential. By far the closest division. Just look at that, Ming. All of them are just really close. With how it looks for this conference, it looks as if Yuma and Cloud are going to be going on to playoffs with Cloud getting that free round bye, and then we'll have what looks to be Infraready right now, as unfortunately the Chicago Sacred Fire were knocked out of that top spot. But again, it's super early, and the Ruby division is super close, and it's like 99% sure that it's just gonna change completely in the Ruby division. And then for the Aqua Conference, in the Blue Division, we have the Colorado Rapidash, 1 win, 2 losses with a -2 differential. The Misty Drapions, 1 win, 2 losses, and a -4 differential. And the Hamden High Dragons with 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 DNP with a -5 differential. And this division is another close division. And again, it could change at any time. And kudos to V for taking over the division, by the way. And then we have, in the Sapphire division, we have Lucky, Lad TV, Dallas Manectrics, 3 wins, 0 losses, the only undefeated team. The Tampa Bay Frogadiers, 2 wins, 1 loss, +7. Like both Dallas and Tampa Bay have the same differential. And then the Sydney Crocodiles with 1 win, 2 losses, and a -3 differential. With how it looks right now, Lucky has that round bye as of right now, with Verd and V in the running for the other playoff spots. But again, it's super early, and even though there's some teams that are in the negative differentials, it's gonna get better for them. Like there's no way that they're gonna stay super low. It's way too early to count them out, Ming. It's way too early. Anyways, you guys stay awesome. I know I will, and I will see you next time.